All right, y'all. All right, y'all. So, I just finished House of the Dragon, and I feel like I gotta talk about it, man. The finale just dropped, season 3, episode 8, and boy, oh boy, what a crazy goddamn show. Now, if you are a fan of Game of Thrones like me, I don't know if I'm speaking for myself here, but I gotta say, before season 2, I felt like this show was soulless, not because it didn't have a soul, but because I felt like I wasn't attached to these characters, man. I hated Damon's face. I hate Damon's face still to this day. He has a punchable face. We've seen a lot of our main characters, their story was skipped through. Rhaenyra's story, we see her as a child and then fast forward in time and she's grown. But I'm not here to talk about, the beginning of the show. I'm saying that to say this is a testament to great writing because now we're at a point, season 3 finale, next season, season 4 in 2028. I am completely invested in these characters. I just want to say Rhaenyra has to be one of the best characters on television right now. This show is nailing it, man. And in all honesty, it's nailing what Game of Thrones was supposed to do in 4 seasons, man. So, my mind is still jumbled. I just watched the episode. So instead of me doing a super deep analysis, I'm just going to break down what I thought about each episode excuse me. I'm just going to break down what I thought about the episode by going through each character's story arc in the season or in the episode. So I'm going to start off with Rhaenyra. This episode, we get to see the Rhaenyra that stories have been told about throughout the Game of Thrones universe. Rhaenyra, her descent into madness needs to be studied. This is how Daenerys' descent should have went. And although, like I said, it's a peculiar thing to talk about because Daenerys had much more time. Much more time. Her story had 8 seasons, man. But within 4 seasons, 3 seasons, actually, I am more tied to Rhaenyra's reign than Daenerys's. Okay, so, at the beginning of this episode, Rhaenyra is finding out that boy oh boy, her half brother Aegon is alive and his dragon is alive. So Rhaenyra is already on the edge of losing her fucking marbles. She's losing it already. Now what do? You bring her main villain, her main op, her top op back into the motherfucking fold. You bring him back into the fold, and this shakes up the whole realm. Why does it shake up the whole realm? Because now all the people who are really usurpers at heart, they have an excuse to leave Rhaenyra's claim to the throne. Now they can just say she's a woman. We don't want a woman to rule. This guy has basically came back to life and he's ordained. He's ordained to rule. So what does Rhaenyra do? She does what she has been bound to do throughout the show. She begins to overcompensate. And boy, it has terrible repercussions. She basically gives Daemon reign to do whatever he wants at this battle at Tumbleton, right? But the thing is she does tell him, hey, the realm is watching. Make the right decision. Don't kill kids. Don't do shit like that. But what does he do? He does shit like that. Daemon, oh man. Daemon makes some choices in this episode that make me love him more than I did before. I actually hated him. I hated him. He was my least favorite character in the show because I never understood his morals. But now I'm realizing Daemon is, he in season 1, he he came off as a hired gun. And in season 3, he's fulfilled this idea of a hired gun. But he's a hired gun with smarts. He is a smart person. And this is, I believe, what Viserys feared when he found out that his daughter and brother were sleeping together, and they are the future of the realm as far as the Targaryen lineage goes. This is why that's a scary thing, because these two together are a fucking problem. They're a problem because delusion and prophecy, these are the things that hold their claim together. But as we know in the Game of Thrones universe, prophecy doesn't mean shit, man. It doesn't mean anything, man. It's just a prophecy. It doesn't reign true. But in the first season, even part of the second season, I understood why Rhaenyra was the way she was and why she was turning the way she was turning and how she was doing everything in her power to not become this this evil dictator type of ruler. But the realm's objection of a woman leading has led her down that path. It's sad. It's dark. It's scary because we know where Rhaenyra's going. She's descending into madness. That's what's happening. It's gonna happen. But it's also insight as to the idea of every time a Targaryen is born, the gods flip a coin. Isn't necessarily so. The realm has a lot to do with how these people become what they become, which is another scary part. It's another scary aspect because in one way, shape, or form, in one way or another, Rhaenyra was bound to become this because the realm would not allow her to be a peaceful ruler. It just wasn't bound to be happen. She would have to take it by force if she was to ever get it to begin with. It's sad, man. It's sad and it's dark. But there's scenes in this, man, that Damon, it made me respect his character because he does the evil things, but you can tell he feels what he's doing. He's not happy about what he's doing. He actually, I wouldn't be surprised if next season he's having a fucking midlife crisis because he made some choices. He killed kids, man. He killed innocent people, lots of them, and he was on the ground floor to witness the carnage. What does that mean for his character? Uh, some people would say it means he's going to turn a new leaf. I say it means he's going to ride until the wheels fall off. That's what this side of the Targaryen lineage do. When they've crossed boundaries, it doesn't make them feel like they should go against those boundaries now. It makes them feel like they should actually keep on the track they're on. Because what if they did it? Why do it for nothing? We got to do it for something. It all has to mean something, right? So that's just it's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful in its own right. Then let's go into another character that I feel like shined in this episode, and he's been shining this season. Aegon, man. The man has grown. Now, what is he growing into? He's growing into something bad, man. He's growing into something bad. I know it. But as of right now, he's bossing up as a character. He's learning to become his own man and to take what he feels is rightfully his. And that's another thing. You see how Rhaenyra feels like she, based off of prophecy and her father's lineage, that she is ordained to have the throne and to be the queen. Aegon feels that way because he survived. He's lived. His dragon has survived. He was declared dead. So just like half the realm, he believes I'm definitely ordained to be the king. I'm ordained to rule. No one else, me. So much so he allows his brother to live. Some people would say that that's a stupid idea. He ends up at Harrenhal, runs across his brother, and we've been waiting for this. We're wondering what he's gonna do. Is he gonna kill his brother? No. He lets his brother live, man. He lets his brother live. Why does he do that? Because he feels like there's no way he doesn't get back on the throne because it is ordained to him. That's what he feels. It's beautiful storytelling because it's obviously a dumb move, but also it may be the best move. A true king shows people grace. He showed his brother grace after his brother tried to kill him, tried to murder him, left him half dead. Aegon's penis doesn't work, man. His penis doesn't work anymore, man. But he's still a king. He's still a ruler. And I hate to say it, but he's earned it. He's now earned it. All right, let's talk about somebody else, man. Let's talk about somebody else. Helaena. This is a sad way to go, but we all knew that it was going to go there. We all knew it was going to go there because Helaena is one of these sad characters who is bound to be a victim of circumstance. She has a child. She's pregnant with a new child. That's obviously a threat to Rhaenyra's throne. But Rhaenyra is dancing around it. She doesn't want to kill her half sister yet. But that other side of her is starting to seep through where it would only make sense for her to do it. But before she ever does it, she kills herself. Helaena kills herself. This is the tragic passing of the only good character on the show. Why? Because Helaena She kills herself not out of selfishness or fear. She kills herself because she believes her child will be dealing with a life of suffering if she brings this child into the world under the rule of Rhaenyra. Rightfully so, man. This is great. This is great writing, man. This is what the final season of Game of Thrones was meant to do, but they didn't do, man. So we have all these things all leading to a head in the next season. Masseria, excuse me. She's finally done with Rhaenyra, and we don't even know what consequences this means. But I know she's gonna turn on Rhaenyra. It's just bound to be. She's a snake, but she's a snake who is of the people. She was born of the people, so she will never fully identify with Rhaenyra's reign because Rhaenyra is a nepo baby. Ormond Hightower, man. What a great character he's been this season. What a pest. What a fucking pest. And his death, I gotta say, man, epic death. Bro gets a knife to the butt cheeks, bro. Bro gets a knife to the sphincter, bro. He dies with a knife in his ass. And then he burns with dragon fire, which is a death he deserves. This guy lines kids up in the front of the battlefield to assure that Daemon doesn't fully attack, forcing Daemon to fully attack and kill these kids. So Ormond, he's been a villain this whole show. He finally got his comeuppance. I could do a deep dive on this character alone because he's fucking great, man. He's great. But it was a very poetic way for him to go, man. It was a very poetic way for him to go. Then we have Aemond. Aemond, Aemond and Allison, bro. Where does this go? Where does this lead? Is my question. Because it's obvious. It is more than obvious that Aemon had a freaking freaky frog crush on his mama, and he has mama issues. This shit obvious, right? But somewhere along the lines, Allison decides, "Hey, man, Aemon is my worst child, man. He's meant to be evil. He's bad." So she chooses to sacrifice him to save her other kids. One thing that I believe he's always had an issue with. He always has felt like he's been second fiddle to her, his other brothers and sisters, his siblings. He never probably fully received that love he feel like he deserved. But now we're at a standstill. The high towers are all completely separated. They're broken apart. What does this mean for the high tower line? I don't remember them talking about the high towers in Game of Thrones, so I'm assuming they're no longer around by the time that by the time Game of Thrones airs. It's crazy, bro. Then we have Alan of Hull and his brother Adam of Hull. They're at a standstill and a split. One is loyal to their father, the other is not loyal to their father. The other is loyal to his own moral compass, which I understand. I do understand. It's actually a very good conflict. It's very good writing. Then we have Hugh and Ulf. Ulf, man, Ulf goes 110% left by the end of this. He kills. He's after everybody. Anybody of high power or a high renowned name, Ulf wants you gone. That's what it seems like at the end of this. But Hugh is also going to have to deal with the consequences of Daemon. He left his post to go find his wife. Hugh's wife ends up being dead. What does this mean, man? What does this mean? So much to say. So much, like I could say so much more, but I'm gonna leave it with this, man. There's characters I didn't even talk about. Alice Rivers, we didn't talk about her because I don't fully understand her motive yet. I know she had she had a speech at the end, you know, and well, let's talk about her a little bit. She's been living for over 100 years. She's been stuck at Harrenhal. She's cursed. She tried to use black magic to bring her child back. She's cursed. Is she trying to break the curse? Is she trying to rule? Does she want revenge on the Targaryens for her son's death? What does she want? I don't know. But all I know is this shit is cooking, man. R.I.P. Helena. Season 3, that's a wrap. This is the best season of House of the Dragons and one of the best seasons in the Game of Thrones universe. I'm excited for season 4. Why do we have to wait 2 years, man? This shit is heat, man. All right, y'all. I'm out of here.